All right, another great question about scheduling. Hey, Heather, I got this whole scheduling thing, but there's all these tasks that I really don't want to do that I said if I finally had time, I would do them, and I'm still not doing them. I'm not budgeting time for them. I'm not taking the time to do them. What should I do about that? Great question. So the first thing is we all have things. For me, it's calling insurance companies. No offense to anyone who works for an insurance company, or to do any of that kind of stuff, because I just hate waiting on the phone. I dislike having to do that's just not a process I enjoy, but I have to do it, right? Like I need medical insurance, I need car insurance, I have to put in claims, right? We have that as part of our lives. So what I try to do with that is back it up to an activity that I do enjoy. So when I look at my calendar, if I know I want to declutter the garage, call the insurance companies, potentially paint some room or something, and it's not something I'm excited about, what I do is I have an activity coming right after that I would be excited about, whether that's getting, not currently obviously because we're in a pandemic, but if it was getting a pedicure or a massage, or maybe even just watching a movie I really want to see with my friends, right? It's backing it up against something that's pleasurable. And then you basically say to yourself, okay, I'm going to do this, but I now know I get this reward when that time period is over, which is this great experience that I'm looking forward to. So it's almost strategic scheduling, where you put things you don't like up against something you do like, so you get a reward for it. The other thing is devoting just a little bit of time every day. So for example, if there's like this handful of chores that are not ones you're excited about or don't want to do, you give yourself the very minimal amount of time necessary to peck away at it without feeling like you have to give up a whole lot. So for example, you might call it household chores, or you might call it, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to call it, you call it. And you just give yourself 15 or 20 minute intervals, but you do it every single day, 15, 20 minutes every single day. And when that timer's up, and this is the deal you make with yourself, when the timer buzzes, I'm done for today, no matter where I am with this process, and tomorrow I get to just do it for another 15, 20 minutes. So you keep the time interval so short that you don't feel overwhelmed by it, right? And in your Google Calendar, when you say that you call these things household chores or whatever, under each day, you could give yourself a different direction. So if one day you want to work on decluttering the garage, you have 15, 20 minutes to do that. If the next one is to get out stuff that's in storage, 15, 20 minutes to do that. If it's to repaint a bedroom, maybe you focus on one wall in the bedroom, you give yourself 15, 20 minutes to do that. Literally every day you give yourself a very small nugget to accomplish in that 15 to 20 minutes. Also revamp your thought about it. If it's something you don't love doing or don't want to do, try to reframe it and say, okay, how can I see this as being a benefit to me? What can I learn from this experience? What can I do for my family by doing this experience, whatever this thing is? How does it add to the greater good and quality of my life? And if it really doesn't and you really hate it, maybe reevaluate why you think you should do it. This is a great time currently, since we're all self-quarantined, to do some self-reflection. Like all these things you said you do when you had time, maybe you don't really love doing them, hence why you've always said you do them when you have time. And now that you actually have said time, you're trying to figure out why it is you're not doing them. Maybe it's because you don't want to do them. And it's okay to say that. I know that sounds crazy, right? It's okay that there's certain things you don't like. There's a lot of parts of my business that I outsource, the things that I'm not crazy about doing, or the things that other people are better suited to do. But if I kept saying every day, I should do all these things, I may not have a business, because ultimately I can't do everything, right? Same thing with you in your life. There might be things that you think you should do or have to do. Maybe it's you getting someone else to come over and help you do it, or pay somebody to do it. But it doesn't mean just because you've always said you will do it or you should do it, that you actually are going to do it. And that's okay. I think a lot of times we try to force ourselves into these things as if there's some kind of law somewhere that says we have to. You don't. So I want you to actually evaluate the things you're putting on your calendar, and are they meaningful enough to give time to? Or is your time more valuable and you'd rather get somebody else or pay somebody else to come in and do the thing? So anyway, I hope that helps. You guys have a great day.